Welcome to Good Mythical More. I don't really know K-pop terminology, which is why this is gonna be fun to learn from Kalyn.
Unlike dances, which you know well.
We were a natural at that. So welcome to Good Mythical More, where we're gonna learn some K-pop terminology so we can connect with the kids who are loving the music, the popular music.
And Kalyn.
Yep.
Connect with Kalyn. But first we're gonna list them all. I haven't looked at it, so I haven't been preparing anything.
Oh, good.
So I'm just gonna look at it, say it, and then say the first thing that comes to my mind, and we're gonna go back and forth. Okay?
Okay.
Board games. Life.
Monopoly.
Sorry.
Just tiddlywinks.
Shoots and ladders. Tiddlywinks is not a board game.
It was originally.
Okay.
It was originally with a board. Parks.
Wheel of Fortune.
My favorite board game.
There's a board game version of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Quiplash, the board game.
Yeah, Jeopardy, there's also a board game version of that.
Bumble Maker.
Operation is technically a board game.
It's on a board, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't Break the Ice.
I'm sorry. Did you say Bumble Maker?
Yeah, Bumble Maker. It's
Bumble Maker.
You'll know it's a board game because it's on a board. It's like you unfold it and then there's bumbles and then you have to make them.
You have to make the bumbles.
Mousetrap.
Oh, that's you win.
What else?
Come on in, Kalyn.
Trivia. What do you want to be?
I could be right here, and you could be in the middle.
Okay.
I think it works well conceptually. It feels like we're being taught something when somebody comes over there and we move over.
So what are your
We
qualifications?
put somebody in the middle and it feels like we're interrogating them.
I've been a K-pop fan for about 13 years. I think that's my qualifications.
Okay, I remember that from one time you told me that.
Well, I was a little bit nervous.
And you can speak Korean.
Yeah.
I was nervous backstage because I was talking with Mark and asking him some questions about them as we were waiting to come out and do our incredible dances. And you were right next to him. And I was, I'm trying to like find out more about things and, ask intelligent, informed questions, but I'm right next to you. So, and at one point I said, so how do the American fans and the intensity of the American fans, how does it compare to the intensity of the Korean fans? And I said, because from my perspective, the intensity that American fans have for K-pop is like the highest intensity that they have for anything in America, right? More so than like other bands, right? Like American bands. Okay. And then
and did she laugh at you?
The look on your face was like, you kind of gave me a...
No, more so in the fact that like the people are fanatics about a lot of things here. Like I don't think that K-pop fans are more fanatic than like the average Cleveland Browns fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that wasn't his question. Yeah. You were nervous that he was going to embarrass you.
Right.
No, I wasn't.
You
I was being really nice to Mark.
Kalyn, why did we get a note backstage that was like,
don't embarrass
whatever you do, for the love of God, do not mention BTS.
Oh, that is...
And that seems very obvious. Of course we knew that.
Well, I knew that.
Yeah. Just because like there are groups that have dealt with some xenophobia when they come on to American things. So just like, just a little reminder. Just a little important respect.
Did we
I think
we
we
do
did
good?
great. I think it was actually phenomenal. I was very, very nervous about the whole game, but I think it was so funny.
I mean, it fizzled out very comedically. Typically when things fizzle out, that's not a good thing. But this, I just thought it was hilarious to see everyone go into a complete zombie dance mode. Like,
I don't know
what I learned is that whatever part of
Two.
my brain that a new dance goes into, it's just a black hole. Like the way that my brain works is like, there's one step. Okay, the jumping jack or whatever. I knew what you came up with.
That was
right?
so surprising.
And then I was like,
it wasn't a jumping jack, it was more of a, like, when tap dancers go.
Show tunes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I got to work on that part of my brain.
Teach us a slang.
Okay.
Well, wait. Link, there was a note about BTS. There was another note about like try not to wear another band on your shirt, but that one,
yeah,
I guess
got to be an interesting choice.
that was.
I didn't get
Must
that
have
note.
fallen off
I think
the
that's just
table.
either I didn't get the note or Steve was making a weird joke.
It's windy in your dressing room where the notes lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't wear another band when you're on with a band?
It was like
really.
the most gentleman we've ever
She's just
had
making
lined
a
up
joke.
on the show, but then your shirt added a handful more.
Oh,
just
okay.
saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happens.
It fizzled out, Stevie, just like those dance moves. It's good to take a risk.
I felt like I should be offended by that, but then when I thought about it,
No, you shouldn't.
it wasn't about me.
Yeah, it's
but
not.
you delivered it in a way that was rude, but it was about yourself. That was interesting.
Oh, I was trying to come at you. With that.
yeah.
You were,
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Good.
Yeah.
but it wasn't my dance moves.
Right. Yeah.
Kalyn, let's
The
hear
joke.
about a K-pop
The joke.
slang.
Okay.
I'm just here. I'm
Teach
along
me
for the ride.
a term.
Okay, so I'll give you a term and then like an example sentence, and you can guess what it might mean.
Okay. Do
Okay.
you use these terms?
Yeah. I think it's very helpful for like if you were talking to any K-pop fan anywhere, if you use these terms, they'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
type deal.
Insider language.
Yeah. So the first one is
No.
bias. So
Bias?
Yeah.
Bias.
Bias. So if someone's like, oh my gosh, you like that group, who's your bias, or who do you bias? Like,
Oh, okay. Who's your favorite?
Yeah. So
Who's
that's
your
like,
bias?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have a bias when it comes to K-pop. It's like I'm biased towards NCT Dream now.
Yeah, but it's individual members. So for some
Yeah, you
people,
gotta have your
it's
favorite.
due to their personality. Some people, it's due to romantic interest. Some people, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I see them have this quality and I want to have that quality, so I bias them, so on and so forth. But you could use that for Mythical too. So like,
Who do you bias on the writers team? And I'm talking about
I actually don't know. I don't know if I have a writer's bias.
Well, who do you
yourself.
bias? Who do you
should bias
Who do you
yourself.
bias
gotta,
on NCT
You got to
Dream?
be a self-advocate.
Mark and Hitchan.
Okay, that was quick.
Yeah. But like,
but you pick two. You
yeah,
can bias
you
more
can
than
have
one?
multiple biases, yeah,
Okay.
within one group and then across multiple groups.
We all have our biases. It's just, I think it's good to talk openly about it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Brent Link, who are your favorite members of NCT Dream?
Mark.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna go with Mark on that one.
I think Mark's my favorite too because he had the green jacket.
Yeah, right.
And I
was a nice jacket.
I really liked that jacket. The jacket game was really
Jacket game's very
I
strong.
think my bias is their stylist, honestly.
Who's your mythical bias?
Myself.
Right, is yours you?
Listen, when I look at the Mythical crew, I just see this amazing cloud of people that I appreciate equally.
It's all a blur.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you go to a hospital or the doctor, you got to be your own advocate.
So you walk into the hospital and you're like, I bias myself.
Yes. When there's something wrong with you or whether you need any type of treatment, then you don't need to defer to just what people are telling you, and that everything's going to get done, and all the jots and tittles are going to get jotted and tittled. You've got to be your own advocate,
Right.
and it takes a lot of work.
It's great advice.
And it's tough because you're usually dealing with a problem,
Right.
and then you're dealing with another problem, which is the medical system.
I have heard that said when you go into an ER, you should say, "I'm the most important person here."
yeah,
to me.
definitely.
Yeah, right. Well,
You have to be
if
the
you
most
say
important.
That, then they'll be like, "Okay, well, I guess you should come to the front of the line."
Yeah.
I'm just
How else
saying,
would they know?
the doctor's not the most important person, or any PA. It's you, Kalyn.
Thank you.
So,
That's so nice.
you need to be your own advocate, and I'll be right there with you.
Okay. Thank
you need me
so
to be.
much. I very
But
much appreciate that.
You probably wouldn't call me if you were having surgery or something. It'd probably be somebody else.
That's probably true.
Probably
Right.
like my mom or something.
Right.
Maybe.
And that's
I don't know.
fine. That's
Okay,
fine.
so knowing what a bias is, what do you think a bias wrecker is?
Bias wrecker.
So everyone, usually if you like a group, you're like, oh my gosh,
Oh,
next are my bias.
did you
This
see
is my
that
bias wrecker.
that dance move that he did in the third song of the second act? That move was a bias wrecker. Now I don't know which way is up, but he is now my new bias.
And I actually think it would be most likely used in the context where a member of a K-pop band changed their look. Like, oh, he went blonde.
Bias-
That's a bias
that's a
wrecker.
bias wrecker right
Like, I
there.
think because it seems like there's a lot of concern about the like.
And I think it's
look.
positive. I think it's like, oh, now you're my favorite. You're you wrecked my bias, but now you're my favorite.
That is actually correct. So basically, like a bias wrecker is
when
like
somebody
sometimes
takes first place.
Kind of, yeah. Sometimes people say it's your second favorite. I don't like putting them in order, but basically
Yeah.
it's like you usually find your biases like the people that you're naturally kind of drawn to in a group. But
Yeah.
the bias wrecker usually kind of sneaks up on you. You didn't see them at first, but then all of a sudden, like you start watching their content, you're like, oh, why are they kind of charming? Why are they occupying my headspace?
Why
They,
is
like,
my bias being wrecked right
yeah,
now?
like they literally wreck your bias list.
Oh my
Like they
gosh.
change up who you think is your favorite in the group.
But it's kind of, I wouldn't say that to a member of a band if you met them. It's like, oh, you're wrecking my bias so hard.
No.
Because that's a backhanded compliment. It's like, I didn't like you until I decided
You
to
don't
like
want to say it to
No,
them.
that's-
You say it to
Or-
other K-pop fans.
It's kind of like I used to watch you guys. You know?
Yeah. I get
Yeah.
that quite a bit.
We
Yeah.
get that a lot. We get that a lot.
No, it's like this
That
is
did not
mainly-
fizzle out, Stevie.
This is terms that you use against around like K-pop fans. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
To the group.
Cross.
It's like,
yeah.
hi, you're my bias. Don't do that.
You wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't do that.
So what do you think? a
If somebody
debut
comes up to
is?
me and said, you're my bias, I'd be like,
I mean,
You're welcome.
yeah, I feel like
I would just think about Lynn Bias, and it's a tragic story. That probably, Carney and
not
David-
only does that make
and
you old,
David
but it
Hill,
makes you sad.
Probably the only two people in here who know what I'm talking. Well, no,
have
Morgan
no
probably
idea.
knows. Anyway,
what did you ask?
I was going to ask
Debut?
about debut, but I
Oh.
see Aegyo. So let's go
Skip.
to Aegyo.
Well, tell us what debut is right quick.
Oh, it's basically the time where the group officially becomes a group. Like here, when you start as an artist, you just start making music on your own, hope to get signed, yada yada. Whereas in Korea, you join an entertainment company, you train for months to years. Sometimes people
Right.
train for a decade and still don't make it. It's crazy. But then the company will put you in a group and then set an official day, and like they do teasers, music video, whole nine. set it
Totally
on a
new
specific
group,
day.
debuted.
Yeah. They debut, and that's when they're officially professionals. Like
I kind of like that.
promoting.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's actually
Okay.
very helpful for
I
fans to
kinda
know
like
like
that.
where to focus their
Right.
energy and time.
Well, I feel like we should have. If I could go back, I would start this show with 7 hosts. You
We
know?
whittle it down to just
That'd be
me and
wild.
you
Yeah.
over time.
We would have made a debut.
We would feel more important
7 of us.
if we had to beat out other people. Of course we would have.
That's true.
Well, no, I'm saying there would still be 7 of us.
No.
You'd have bleached
Oh.
blonde hair. I'd have a jacket on.
Honestly,
Yeah, I'd be wearing a jacket
the
too.
blonde it might be a move.
Yeah, it might be a move.
What you got?
Aegyo. It's a
Egg yolk.
Korean word, but it's like
Egg
say
yolk.
that Link asked Rhett to go get him a soda, and Rhett was like, "I'll do it if you do Aegyo first." What do you think it is?
Shoulder massage.
If you do egg yolk first,
Yeah.
I'll get you a drink if you do egg yolk. This is what band members do to each other.
Sometimes it's usually on like entertainment shows, variety shows. It's for like entertainment purposes normally.
I'm going to. There's so many of them. See, it's like only
Egg yolk.
like so many in a band that like it's the ones who like, okay, I'm not gonna in this interview I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna stand behind you and do hand motions because I want to contribute, but everybody just can't talk in this interview.
So
There's
egg
7
yolk
of
is
us.
choosing to speak in an interview?
No, egg yolk is being quiet and miming hype man maneuvers.
Okay. I doubt that's right, but I don't have a better guess.
Okay, it's basically like cuteness / charm. That's like the
What is it? It's unspoken.
No,
it's
not
nonverbal.
unspoken. It's usually
Oh.
spoken. So like it's kind of the closest thing I could equate it to is kind of like baby talk, but like how you would use in a relationship or something like that. But it's usually for the purpose of making people laugh or cringe.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Hold on. So this happens in K-pop situations?
Yeah. So if you were like, oh yeah, I'll get you a soda, but you have to do egg yolk. Like it's a little bit embarrassing that you have to like be like, Rhett, please, like, will you get me some soda? That
Oh.
sort of deal.
We should start egg yolk around here.
Yeah, it's like a very like cutesy, somewhat childlike, but it's obviously for the purpose of being funny or
Do you want some more water when you're doing it?
I think you're doing a good job, Kalyn.
Do you want some more water?
yeah.
Is that egg yolk?
Yeah.
No, this
kind
is
of.
water, actually.
Baby talk.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, like
know
it's
if
not
it's for
just
me.
baby talk, but sometimes it's like actions, motions, dances. Like you can do specific things and try and get people to feel your charm.
And does everyone
And
in the
maybe
group have
cringe.
Eggyo, or is it like some?
no, so
'cause I-
that's
'cause I-
kind of the fun part.
So one of the things I noticed about that group of gentlemen that we were just with is that definitely they're like all kind of playing different roles. So like I can't remember.
Well, they're different people.
Well, yeah,
maybe
no,
they're being
but I'm
themselves.
saying that like now knowing the way, and I kind of knew this, not to that level of specificity, but the way that the groups are put together, there is a all right,
Complementarianism.
Yeah, because like there was one guy with a very deep voice.
Jisung probably.
Yeah, and he was
slightly
like,
taller.
Yes, and
darker.
he had the leather jacket, like the black leather jacket.
Oh,
on,
that's no, that's Haechan.
The bad
Jisung was
boy.
like taller, and he had like
right? The gray jacket.
That was Jamin. Yeah, he did have a deep voice as well. That's Jamin.
Okay, but it was like, and it wasn't down in here, and I was like, oh, he's not doing Eggyo.
He does, and it's alarming to see. But that's kind
The
of
contrast.
Like, yeah. Sometimes that's the point of it too, because there are some people who are naturally very cute and very adorable, so it actually works. You're like, wow, you're so dang cute. But then there's people who
Like
clearly aren't.
in our little group that we've got here, he's the Eggyo guy, and I'm the guy. If I do the Eggyo, it's going to be like,
be
oh, it's
like-
ironic.
Yeah.
Am I sincere, Eggyo?
I think that you have some Eggyo to you. I think that you got.
Am I the sincere Eggyo?
Yeah, that's
you
not
got
me.
some, like, you got some like cutesiness to you.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
I'll take it. That's
It's-
my snuggle baby coming out.
Oh, is Snuggle Baby cute though?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Have you seen him?
Yeah, he's kind of scary.
That's the elk
Horns?
hound.
Yeah.
That's the elk hound in him.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen him lately.
That's
To
true.
be honest
is he,
with you.
Is he gonna have a comeback soon?
Yep.
Speaking of which, that's another term.
Comeback.
You know what comeback
I know what
means?
comeback is. It's when you go away and then you return.
See, but that's the thing.
Stronger than ever.
In K-pop, comebacks are any time that you release music. So
Really?
Like, yeah, so like if Rhett drops James and the Shame, it's like that's a comeback. Even though like it's the first time you dropped it. Oh my gosh, he's having a comeback. And then like the next time, say that you release music 5 months later, another comeback.
So
Like,
every time we release a video on the Rent Link channel, it's a comeback.
It's a comeback.
kind of.
All right.
It's
Oh.
mainly for music, but yeah, it's like
We got
anytime-
music in it. We put
yeah.
music in it.
Anytime you drop new music, it's a comeback.
Okay. All
Is
right.
every episode of GMM a comeback?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Because there's a music
every
in the
mo-
intro.
maybe every Monday.
They come back every Monday
All right.
without fail.
Keep going.
Oh, I thought
you bored?
that you wanted. No.
No,
Okay.
go ahead.
This is gonna be the last one. What do you think Anti is?
Anti?
An amazing Rihanna
How do you
album.
spell it?
ANTI.
Oh, okay. Because there's I was
against-
thinking either ANTE, which is like a betting term, AUNTIE, which is for
Pretzel.
You know, like
Yeah, just for pretzels.
yeah, a pretzel.
Anti.
Anti.
Anti, yeah.
So is it against? So it's a double against.
you
So
use
it's
it in a
four.
sentence?
It's four. It's actually
Yeah.
means the opposite.
Like, don't pay them any mind. They're an anti.
They're an anti.
This is a person or a group?
A person.
Somebody who doesn't like K-pop.
Kind of. Yeah. So like it's basically short for anti-fan, but it's like they're called that because
Troll?
they will engage with everything like fans. They'll watch things, they'll like stream and do all these things, but they'll always leave like malicious comments and like try and drag the
So they're
people
within the
down.
fandom, but they're like an anti within the fandom.
Yeah. Well, like fans usually don't really recognize them, but it's just like they spend all of their time and effort paying attention to the group that they supposedly hate.
This is like
rather
a
than just-
negative Nancy.
kind of, but like usually worse. Like they're really mean.
So a troll. Okay.
Kinda,
All right.
yeah.
I don't want to end on that one. That's
Okay.
that's sad.
Let's do.
That's not good energy. We
Oh
need to
yeah,
end
if
with
you want to bring it back to
some
Eggyo.
positive energy.
Okay, last part. It sounds bad, but it's not. Killing part.
Killing part.
Mm-hmm.
Is this 2 words?
Yes.
Is it? Does it have anything to do with hairstyles?
That's what I was
No.
thinking.
Nothing to do with
Killing
hairstyles.
part. It's the part in the song that's not the hook, but it's like it's that little thing
Close.
that they keep showing on TikTok.
I think it is the hook.
Yeah, like it's more specifically a part of a dance that makes it the most
The memorable.
iconic.
Oh, so the hip
memorable,
thrust.
etc. Yeah, literally. Or like, there's certain dances that have become so iconic because of their killing parts that like, if I go like this, everyone who knows about K-pop knows that that's sorry.
Yes,
They
I was
know-
going to say it before you said it.
Yeah.
When you do
They
this?
know, yeah, this is a sorry dance. It's iconic. Or if I go like this, it's OMG by New Jeans. Or this is Lucifer by Shiny. Like,
Uh-oh, it gets satanic, huh?
I mean, maybe. Anyway, but yeah, so the killing part is just like the like part that
The part
sticks
that
in your
kills.
mind. Yeah, that's like amazing that you always can remember. Part of that dance.
All right.
You guys should do some on TikTok.
It's a whole new world.
I did not
Yeah.
mention BTS at all.
We did in this more though.
Not once.
And just right now.
Not once. I'm
Yeah.
proud of them.
Yeah. So, but I'm proud of you. Regardless, I think you guys did great.
Download the new free Mythical Society app for iPhone and Android now. Why not?